Now, listener, unfortunately, it's the last interview of the show, but it's very exciting because today we are joined with Suri. So, Suri is an experienced communication and marketing professional with experience in media management, crisis communication, public relations, stakeholder relations, sponsorship management, brand positioning, and advocacy. She is currently the Communications Manager and Advocacy at Nal'ibali organization. Welcome to RX Radio, Suri. Tell us a bit more about your role at Nal'ibali as the Communications Manager.
Okay, thank you very much for having us on the show. Nal'ibali is a Reading for Enjoyment campaign. It seeks to grow love for reading and storytelling. So my role in communication is to plan and implement a cohesive communication strategy to gradually change the public's behavior towards embracing the reading culture in their homes, schools, childcare centers, and community. As Nal'ibali provides reading supplements, TV inserts, audio, and radio stories, my role there is to ensure that quality educational and entertaining media material is produced and enjoyed by all that is intended for. I also oversee campaigns, digital media, advocacy work, community engagement, and looking after the Nal'ibali brand cohesively.
I forgot to mention this earlier, but you have a very impressive bio. I mean, that is very impressive, all your roles. So we are looking back to World Read Aloud Day, which was celebrated on the 7th of February. Could you please tell us about the theme for this year and why it is so important for the day to be recognized?
Growing the love for stories and reading was the theme for this year's World Read Aloud Day. This campaign started in 2010 to create awareness around the positive effects of reading aloud to children at an early age and to stimulate their imagination. And also having children read aloud for themselves to improve their literacy and language skills, also to have a long-lasting familiarity with the written material and to fall in love with listening and to fall in love with telling stories. So reading aloud significantly improves the child's recognition and understanding of text and the meaning of it. And that builds their confidence, their social skills, and also that gradually improves their educational outcomes. So this year we had a target of reaching 3 million children, but we exceeded our target to 3.8 million children that were read to in a single day in South Africa on the 7th of February. So that shows the commitment of parents, of teachers, of communities and organizations, and the country leaders towards improving the state of early childhood literacy in this country. So we are very determined to continue to promote and support the reading culture in South Africa, making sure that we leave no child behind.
That's amazing, what Nal'ibali is doing. So, usually Nal'ibali has a story translated in various languages and other projects to mark World Read Aloud Day. How did you celebrate this year?
All right, we had 16 Nal'ibali events across the country in collaboration with our outstanding and supportive partners, the Department of Basic Education, the National Education Collaboration Trust, and various municipalities and communities. So we had an on-air live reads with our radio partners. We had our vibrant digital campaign in our social media platforms. And also we had this year's story delivered in South African Sign Language to ensure that we as Nal'ibali continues to provide reading material in all South African official languages without any exception.
So, in South Africa, children are experiencing literacy challenges. For instance, last year it was established that 80% of children in grade 4 cannot read for meaning. What are organizations such as Nal'ibali doing to help better this problem?
Okay, the primary aim of the Nal'ibali campaign overall is to have reading adopted as a social practice. So we have innovative and effective programs and initiatives to promote reading in various settings and environments that children can easily access, such as reading clubs. We do have home visits where parents are trained on how to read for or with their child. We have reading corners in classrooms and hanging libraries. And we also have Story Power mobile libraries on tuk-tuk motorbikes. We have reading materials also provided in every SA child's home language, which is our reading supplement, provided free of charge and distributed at various schools, libraries, and community centers. We also have included initiatives where men or fathers are encouraged to read, to promote the reading culture in their homes and communities. So this is called the Literacy Men's Imbizo, which was originated by Nal'ibali's Eastern Cape VW project. In ensuring that quality reading material is produced, we've also recently introduced a publishing wing at Nal'ibali where relevant and age-appropriate books will be produced in-house as an additional to what we already have producing, which is the Anthology of Children's Stories and the Read Aloud collection.
That's very interesting. So RX Radio has a wonderful partnership with Nal'ibali where we play different stories for our audience. Why do you think it is crucial particularly for children to listen to these stories?
Well, Nal'ibali's motto is children who reads can go anywhere. That means that reading and listening to stories expands the child's imagination and exposes children to different exciting worlds and experiments. Experiences. When the child's curiosity is triggered through a wonderful story, that child wants to learn more, hear more, and the child may also then interpret or create all that they wish to see or have around them. They also learn how to associate reading and writing to speech and storytelling, which results in them understanding how to read, write, and communicate effectively. They may also become critical thinkers, good speakers, and probably great listeners as well.
It is your first time representing Nal'ibali here on RX Radio. Is there anything else you would like to put out there for the children to motivate them to read more?
Reading will help them become informed, eloquent, cope better at school, and you'll also become a human being, a better human being overall. Also, reading text at least once a day, every day, you'll see improvement in your understanding of various subjects at school, and you will eventually make it a habit and hopefully fall in love with it as well.
So to wrap up the interview, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Yes, sure. The Nal'ibali campaign exists to support every South African child in their reading journey. So anyone listening to the show, they can log on to nalibali.org to access our quality stories in their home language or any South African language you wish to access. Audio stories are also available. You can also receive stories via WhatsApp on our WhatsApp number, which is 060 044 2254. Also, you can engage with us on our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube, on X and Threads, and continue to grow your love for stories and reading.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Suri. That was very informative. And listener, I hope you enjoyed the interview just as much as I did.